Hello, Lottie Dottie and everybody. How y'all doing? I have a thought that I wanted to share with everybody. And stuff I was just thinking about is something I have on my email signature at work that says, life is fleeting, do the thing you want to do now. Life is fleeting, do the thing you want to do now. And one of my coworkers had emailed me for something else, and he said, I like that quote at the bottom of your email, and it really made me start thinking, and I put it there after my brother Marty passed, and it made me really just put even more into perspective how fleeting life is. And I just want to encourage someone, whoever may get this, whoever it comes across your feed, I wholeheartedly believe you were supposed to see it. So often we say we want to do something. And just look, it's 2025 now, right? 2025. I was like, it was just the 90s. It is 2025. And so many say, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. And before you know it, time goes past, and so many things that people have not done. And I'm a firm believer is that you have to be really intentional about doing things, because a lot of times it's just lip service, right? We could come up with a million and one excuses of why we can't do something. And there may be some things that financially you may not can do it to the scope you can do it. But I think if there's a will, if there's a way, some kind of way. And I think you have to be very creative. I think you have to be very prayerful. Everything doesn't require you always having the money you need to do something. Because if that's the case, many of us would be waiting in a perfect world to have everything that we needed before we made a move. And we have to be really honest with ourselves and do a self-inventory and ask, what are you really waiting on? Like, really get to the bottom line of that, because a lot of times we don't have those honest conversations with ourselves. We don't say these great feeling words like, I'm scared, I'm terrified, I'm unsure. Like, getting really to the core of yourself, of your soul. What is causing you to delay into moving out on faith on these things that you want to do? I am a firm believer of, I'm not going to tell myself no. I'm going to throw my hat in the ringer and let people say yes or no. The worst that they can say is either yes or no. And sometimes we don't even get the opportunity because we don't make the step to do anything. We don't make the step to do anything. And you won't have the guide map laid out for your life. A lot of stuff requires motion where you just actually just have to go and you just have to do it. And many people may have heard similar messages before. And I think we continue to hear similar things because we need to hear it. We really need to hear it. And it's disheartening where someone say they need to go and further their education or go get a trade or whatever it is. And 20 years later, they still haven't done it. 10 years later, they still haven't done it. You say you want to get a house, and it's not hard to get a house. And 10 years later, 5 years later, you say it's a credit thing, but you still haven't been intentional about working on your credit. And I get it, right? I get it. We say we want to do things, but at the end of the day, it comes to us. And there has to be a willingness and a readiness. And sometimes we're waiting for this voila moment or feeling to say, oh, when I feel this, I'm going to do it. And sometimes that feeling may never come. It may never, ever come. It may never come. There's so many things that I do hesitant. There's so many things that I do afraid. But I do them. And for me, it is a lot of spiritual implications attached to that, because if I feel an unction in my spirit and I feel like this is something that the Lord wants me to do, even though I'm unsure, even though I don't have all the answers, even sometimes I may second guess myself, I still find a way to push past all of that, and I go do it anyway. And no, it's no cookie cutter, but I just seen so many people who have been in the same position year after year after year after year. And there should be some forward motion and progress in our life of some sorts. And I'm not attaching monetary to this. And sometimes for people, yes, there are monetary gains and things, but we should be growing in certain kind of way. We should be moving forward in the time frame that we have. Because so often we think we think we have so much time. I've had way too many people so close to me that were gone in an instant. Not sick. And like, we know this, right? We cognitively know it. We understand that we all have to go. But we really think we have all this time. We really, really, really think we have all of this time. There are people who leave their house and do not come back home. They don't come back home. And if you hear anything I say, take the time to do whatever it is you've been saying you're going to do, and do it. Do it. Perfect it as you go. But so often we block our own selves. It's not necessarily, sometimes I hear, yes, there are systematic things that are definitely set up, definitely for so many people, Black and brown people. And so we understand that, right? But a lot of times we aren't moving on ourselves because it's our own personal things that we don't do. Everybody's not going to go to college, right? That's fine. But everybody can learn something. That there is the World Wide Web that's here. I didn't have that coming up. You can Google any and everything. You can go to YouTube University and see any and everything. I had been saying I need to get a will. And I made it my business. I said, I can't allow 2025 to roll in and I don't do it. I was like, how do I do this? I was like, I can't afford to do this. Different things of that nature. Yes, some routes you can go to an attorney, but Google how you can do certain things. There are certain things that you can do on your own, on certain regards. Chat, was it GPT, AI, all these technological advances that are here to help us in the earth. And we have to take advantage of what I believe that God put these things in the earth. We should be in circles of people who are moving forward in some kind of way in their lives. And it is the mindset. If you have the same mindset that you had 10 years ago or 15 years ago, that's a problem. Even our minds should be stretched to think about something different. What are we reading? What are we ingesting? Everybody, yes, not going to read a whole novel, but you should be ingesting something, learning something new. It's that we have to maximize on the time that we have in the earth, because life is but a vapor. And when we're gone, what will people have to say? I've been to funerals and services where people had to make up pleasantries to say about people. I don't want that to be you. Yeah, people can say, oh, when I'm gone, I don't worry out. You should be concerned about it. You should be concerned about it. Because why did God give us life in this body if we weren't supposed to do something with it? I just wholeheartedly believe that. I do not believe we were born to just suck up air. I just don't believe that. I really don't. My lights went out in my car. So hopefully it's something that I've said that will resonate with you in in the weeks and the months to come, because life is just so fleeting. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for people. Everybody's not going to come along with you. Go and do those things. All right. Love y'all. Bye-bye.